For almost a century, this town has gathered on this ground to watch its team.
I've been since 1966.
Tonight is the start of Tamworth's league campaign.
Hopeful for the season?
Not really.
Okay, fair enough.
But hope feels in short supply here, and Tamworth is under a new spotlight. On this, the first home game since a violent riot across the road.
Yeah, I was shocked really, because we've never had anything like that before in Tamworth.
Yeah, people have been concerned for a while that the hotel is, is full of asylum seekers.
At a Holiday Inn a month ago, a violent mob threw off all inhibition, and with it rocks, fireworks and petrol bombs, while around 180 asylum seekers feared for their lives inside. The result has been more than 60 arrests, a now empty hotel, and tough conversations about what happens next. These young men believe the hotel should not be used to house asylum seekers in the future.
I don't like it, and I'm not going to stand here and say I do. I also don't think the violence that was there was needed, because it put a bad light on Tamworth. If people are coming into the country and they're not working, then why are we letting them come in?
For asylum seekers in that hotel, they're not actually allowed to work.
Yeah, but why?
What, as in why aren't they allowed to work?
Yeah.
Because the government won't let them.
So why are they here then?
To seek an asylum from wherever they've come from.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but are they here to work? Do they want to work? Because I don't believe they do. It's like, well, what do we go to work for? Do you know what I mean?
People would say that those people are fleeing. They're fleeing war-torn countries.
But it's not necessarily all about that, though, is it? It's not fleeing wars. A lot of it is fleeing because it's an easy life.
So I got sent this on Snapchat.
But that is not how Dylan feels. He's 17, and like much of the town, learns about the riots on social media, which he believes has spread hostility and misinformation about asylum seekers in the town.
I am ashamed to live in Tamworth because of what has just happened. Asylum seekers needed a place to stay. I've let them stay because they would have done the same if we were in that position.
Yeah.
And we are lucky that we're not. And they had found somewhere that they thought was safe for them, and then this has happened and scared them.
Wow. Do you think you speak for your generation?
No.
Really?
Yeah. And obviously with social media, it's just going to carry on, and it won't stop until someone actually does something about it.
The debate about asylum and immigration in this town is very much taking place online, and it's striking how often people bring up posts they read on Facebook when we talk to them. This one in particular is mentioned a lot. It shows a picture of 3 men accused of following a young girl, and in the hundreds of comments below, they link the men to the hotel. But Staffordshire Police told us their investigation found the men were not asylum seekers, nor were they living in Tamworth. This post, though, is one of many.
Because of social media, different things people have put on there, saying don't go down the park, don't go to the snow dome, don't do all because there's people there, there's men. I think all of this is just hearsay.
But online rumour has real-life consequence. This man fled Iraq to seek asylum in the UK and was placed in accommodation in Tamworth. He now fears for his safety.
People believe anything that had been in the social media. We're just trying to live in this town which the government had brought us to here. It wasn't chosen by us. These people don't like us. It doesn't matter what we are. So in any time they might attack us or accuse us for anything, even if it's not our fault. So we're always, especially me, like living in this fear every day.
I mean, I was a bit horrified because it's just 5 minutes away from here, and I was just thinking about the people who live locally.
This church is home to dozens of different nationalities in a town with very little diversity.
But that's not the Tamworth I know.
The population of Tamworth is 96% white, compared to 83% across the UK. Nigel is 18, his mum is a carer, and says the riots have deeply affected her.
She was really scared to go out to work. She'd message the people at work, tell them if they could change her around the location for where she was working because of what's happening, and it's I think it's really affected not only my mum but also everyone else that lives here. I think I'm the only black person at my football club, so every time I go out, she'd be worried about me, going out paranoid, saying no, don't go, and I'd be like, no, it's okay, I think it's quiet now.
I don't want to judge everybody based on my minority. you know, you can't change everybody. So you have to acknowledge that the majority, in Tamworth especially, are not like that. It doesn't get to you until maybe something comes up and you're like, oh, it's an undercurrent. It's somewhere there.
We can just do what we can do, showing them love, supporting them when they need it. Do you know what I mean? We can't change how people feel. I wish we could, but I don't think we can.
The riots, though, have changed this town, and for some, their place in it. And repairs go beyond the hotel. Daniel Hewitt, ITV News.